Now that we have understood the directory structure of Metasploit, we will move ahead and work on a Linux machine for penetration testing. The point to note here is that since we are targeting a Linux machine, our exploit and payload will be specific to the Linux operating system. If you remember, in our previous videos, we saw that the exploits as well as the payloads are categorized based on the variation in operating systems. Therefore, if we are targeting a Linux-based operating system, we will have to select the respective exploit as well as the payload. Here, we will pick up an ideal scenario where we will first be targeting our Linux machine by doing a quick port scan to figure out the available services. Then, we will search in Metasploit to figure out if we have any available exploits based on the services that are running on our target. We will start by launching an Nmap scan along with version detection and see what result it returns. As you can see, Metasploit has returned some open ports. We can see that we have an SSH service, RC bind service and Samba service running on a Linux machine. Samba can be a point of interest for us. So now we can search for Samba inside Metasploit to see if we have any available exploit modules. As you can see, Metasploit has returned a few results. We have some Linux-based Samba exploit modules available to us. Let us try with the LSA transnames heap exploit module, which has been ranked as good. It's basically a heap overflow module inside the transnames function defined in the Samba library. We will be following the usual process, and then we will show options. Here you can see that the required R port is 445. If you remember, in our Nmap scan we also figured that the 445 port was alive. Hence, this exploit can be applicable on our target machine. We need to set the R host. After setting the R host, our next target will be set up the payload. We have to make sure that we choose a payload that is relevant to the Linux operating system. Let us quickly go through our file system to figure out what Linux payloads are available. So here we are in our modules folder. Browse to payloads, from there to singles, and thus you'll have the Linux folder. We can choose xb6 and can find different payloads here. Now let us choose shell bind tcp.rb for our current example. Now we can do a quick show options command to figure out what values are required for this payload. As you can see, all our required values for the exploit modules are complete. So this was a quick demonstration of how we can choose a particular exploit based on the services available in our target machine, and then selecting the respective payloads based on the kind of operating system that we are trying to penetrate.